Good afternoon, student. Welcome to today's business studies class. Last class, we were discussing on the 8 marks very important questions on the second chapter forms of organization. Let us continue on the remaining question. Fourth question. Explain any four merits and four limitation of cooperative society. Before explaining the merits and demerits of cooperative society, let us know the meaning of cooperative society. The cooperative society refers to the voluntary association of people to solve the common problem. It is started to render a services but not to earn a profit. Let us explain the merits and demerits of cooperative society. First point under merits, equality in voting status. The principle of one man, one vote governs the cooperative society. Irrespective of the amount contributed by the member, each member is entitled to the equal voting rights. Second point, limited liability. In the cooperative society, the liability of the member in the cooperative society is extended to the capital contributed. The personal assets of the member are therefore safe from being used to repay the business debts. Third point, stable existence. Stable existence in the sense uh, the cooperative society does not come to an end neither on the death or bankruptcy or insanity. Insanity in the sense it is neither on the illness or the person becomes mad or something. The society does not comes to an end. Therefore, a cooperative society operates unaffected by any changes in the membership. Last point under the merits of cooperative society, support from the government. As we have seen clearly in the meaning that the cooperative society is formed with the main motive to render a service to the general public. So hence they find various support from the government in the form of low taxes, subsidiaries and low interest rates on the loan. Let us move on to the demerits of cooperative society. Limited resources. The cooperative society has a voluntary association, so it is very difficult for them to raise a money from a general public. Thus, the person who are buying the share of the company, we will feel like it is very difficult to get the interest or dividend from the particular company. So, it suffers from the financial crisis. Second point, inefficiency in management. The main motto of cooperative society is to render services. Thus, they will be not capable of paying higher salary to the person if they appoint an expert person. Thus, if they recruit a person who is well talented or well knowledge, thus it will have a impact on the inefficiency in the management. Thus it does not reap to the good of the organization. Lack of secrecy. Lack of secrecy in the sense, as in the cooperative society the persons they have a voluntary association, we have seen in the merits itself equality in voting rights. So each member have a equality in voting rights, so nothing can be hidden from the members of the cooperative society. Thus, they will have a lack of secrecy. Each and everything will be shared with every members in the organization. Last point, difference of opinion. As it has been formed with a different of people, voluntary association in the self, educated will be there, uneducated will be there. One people may tell one idea, other people may tell other idea. There may be various opinions, suggestion and discussion. So it may take difference of opinion that can be taken into the consideration. Let us move to the fifth question. Explain the features of joint stock company. Before explaining the features of joint stock company, let us know the meaning of joint stock company. According to the Companies Act 1956, a company can be described as an artificial person having a separate legal entity, perpetual succession, and a common seal. Now let us explain the features of joint stock company. First point, artificial person. Artificial person means a company is a creation of the law, exists independency of its members. Like natural person, a company can own property, incur a debts, borrow a money, but can enter into a contract, but cannot have any other, cannot breathe or cannot run, eat like a person. So it is called as artificial person. Second point, separate legal entity. Separate legal entity means in a joint stock company, the management is different from the ownership. Formation. Unlike the other forms of organization, sole proprietorship, partnership firm, Hindu undivided family, cooperative society, these are very easy to form and does not requires much procedures or the restrictions or can be governed by the government. For the formation of the joint stock company, there are 4 stages: promotion, incorporation, registration, and commencement. So it takes very difficult to form a joint stock company. Fourth one, perpetual succession. Perpetual succession in the sense the company does not come to an end, or it is not winding up, or it is not cannot disclose neither on the death or on the bankruptcy or on the insanity of the members. It has been carried out by the other members of the company. Fifth point, control. Control in the sense mainly the joint stock companies has been controlled by the other people. In case if it is a public limited, they will issue a shares which will be owned by the general public. Even they will have a control over their board of directors will be there, chief executives will be there. Each and every activities will be controlled and managed by day-to-day activity. Sixth point, liability. The liability of the members of a joint stock companies is limited only to the extent of the face value of the shares. Seventh point, common seal. If you have seen any of the company, the Accenture, Infosys, or any private limited or public limited company, each and every company have their common seal. Common seal in the sense you all can take it as a logo or the signature or the stamp which is used for the company identity. Eighth point, risk bearing. Risk bearing is very one of the main feature of a joint stock company, which provides a very easy to all the people in the organization. That is a sole proprietorship or the partnership. It is much difficult. Here the losses or the risk has been equally shared among each and every person. If the loss incurred to the company, it is not only shared to the employees of the organization, that also depends upon, it also impact to the shareholders. Even for them the dividend will be paid very less. Let's move on to the last question of this 8 marks on this chapter. Explain any 4 merits and 4 limitation of joint stock company. First point, limited liability. We have seen in the feature itself, limited liability in the sense the liability of the members of a joint stock company is limited only to the extent of the face value of the share. Second one, transfer of interest. Transfer of interest in the sense the person who is going to buy a share in a particular company can transfer his ownership to the any other person and can sell it also. So there is a transfer of interest in the organization. Third point, perpetual succession existence. We have seen in the merits on, we have seen perpetual existence in the sense neither on the death or bankruptcy or in insanity of any member of the organization, the company does not come to an end. Fourth one, scope for expansion. Unlike like your sole proprietorship, partnership firm, it is not much difficult for the expansion of the organization. It is very easy because it has a direct connection with the general public. If they want to expand the organization, they can raise shares from a general public. Out of that, they can have a expansion in the organization. Demerits, first point, complicity information. As you have seen, it is not much easier to get information in the joint stock companies. Each and every information which they are having will be directly impacting on the organization. That will have each and every person has to tell each and every information. It is not very easy to procure the information of a particular organization. Second point, lack of secrecy. As a company has been formed by various people, maybe the employer, employee, and the general public, so it has to it is accountable to tell each and every activities that is rendering in the organization to the employer, and also to disclose its account to the general public. Then only they will have an interest to invest in your company's share. And the third point, enormous regulation. The joint stock company is not only having a lack of secrecy, it is even accountable to the various regulation. It has to it has to submit its audit books of account, it has to give a equal voting right, has to filling of the reports, preparation of the accounts. It is each and everything is accountable in the general public. Last point, delay in decision making. The joint stock company has been formed and they will have three management level. First one is top level management, second one is middle level management, and third one is lower level management. As you have seen in sole proprietorship, they have a quick decision making. That does not imply in joint stock company. If they want to take any decision or something, it has to first go to top level management, then has to move to the middle level management, lastly it has to come to the lower level management. Again it will be taken into the consideration which is higher, for which the people have taken into consideration. Based on that, the decision will be implemented in the company. This ends the revision of 8 marks question on the second chapter. Thank you students for watching the video. Please do refer the below notes for further explanation. Thank you.